The next thing that we need to do is to generate the question using Llama model. I'm sorry, using a Llama 3.1 model. So first of all, we want to like print an instruction like, hey, I am generating the question, give it a minute. And then we are going to say clients and we are calling the host endpoints. And we can see response equals to client.chat and the model equals to self.model name. The messages which would have role, and the role would be user, and it's going to have content, and the content will be the prompt. And we also want to have some LLM configuration like temperature or number to predict. So this temperature is, we want our AI model to be creative in asking the question, and we added this non-predict for longer response from the model. So after this, we would want to split our questions. I want to split our questions and clean them up so that it actually looks good, and it's all sort of improve the user experience for anyone using this in their terminal. So we do questions. These questions will be an empty list, okay? And we say for line in response splits okay. So what this line is doing is that it is looping through the response that the LLM is going to give, and then it's stripping them. Then it's saying that if there is Q, question, dash, these are mostly the prefix that AI models do use when they are giving you a list of questions. So it's now saying, okay, I'm going to look for all this. If a question is found from the response, it's telling it to strip it and remove the white space if it starts with a prefix. Okay, so that's what this does. Okay, so this second part, what it does is that it checks if the line is not empty and if it has question marks. So if those two conditions are met, it's telling you to append that in the question, in the list of questions. In plain language, if the AI responds with question dot and it says what is AI and then question marks, it removes the question, that dot and the question mark, and only take the remaining text and adds that to the list of questions here. Now let's add another error handling that says if there is no question, print like no valid question was generated from the no valid question was generated by the LLM. As it prints, no valid question generated by the LLM. Or let's just stick to no valid question generated, and then you display the response. So you see response was and then it would return an empty string. So this part ensures that we get the question, we save it to a list of strings, and we strip out any other thing that we don't need, like any prefix or any punctuation that we don't need. And then if there are no questions found, it tells us no valid question was generated. Instead, here is the response that we got. Next up, let us add our exception. Exception as E, and it's going to print. It's going to be an F string. Let's see. And your error generating question. Print. Full error detail. And then it's going to, print a trace back. Then I remember that we did not import trace back, so we need to go here, trace back. And we'll return an empty list. Okay, so it says if there's any, this page just says if there's any error at any point. There was an error generating questions. This is the full error message. Okay, next, we would create the AI agents that would take our response and evaluate it and see if our answer is correct based on the document.